I'll tell you what, I did not think I would be doing another OnePlus 12 video so quickly after yesterday's, but there was such fervor, such excitement from the OnePlus fans that I had to come back on and address a couple of things about the 12. Number one, no one said this was a bad phone. I don't want that to be misconstrued. People said that they canceled their pre-orders based off of yesterday's video. They weren't going to buy it. They're going to look elsewhere. No one was telling you to do that. Trust me. There's a lot to like on this device for the price that you pay. $800 to get a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 16 gigs of RAM if you take advantage of the free upgrade. You get a lot of stuff here. Premium build, Gorilla Glass Victus 2, a fantastic battery life. There's a lot of things to like about the OnePlus 12. On the whole, I enjoy the device. It's just the software experience, for me, makes it where I really can't just fall in love with it and go absolutely nuts over it like I would have in the past if they were running Oxygen OS 11, how they used to handle the software. It used to be clean. It used to be intuitive. It used to be all about the speed. Now with Color OS, it's about a few other things than that, and it doesn't feel as good as it used to. That's my only point. And especially when you stack it up to some of the other software that's out there. And then some of the people, wow, Pixel software's had issues there. All the softwares have had issues over the years. That's not the point. There's been ebbs and flows to every single manufacturer's software. There was a time when Samsung software was garbage. There was a time when Google, forget it, there was recent history where Google software was an absolute nightmare on several devices. The Pixel 6, how many videos did we do on the Pixel 6 jumping up and down? Yeah, I get it. But you're only as good as your last release. And the fact is that OnePlus has had trouble with the ColorOS integration. They've even admitted it before. But it's not to the point where you wouldn't buy it. It's just not my favorite. Now, let's talk about the typing thing, because I got a lot of feedback on that. A lot of people not having any issues whatsoever with their typing experience. So I was really, really curious about that, because I'm like, how is it could be where some people, I was doing Google searches for I don't know how many hours last night, trying to figure out other people who have this issue, and people do. There are some concerns about the typing. Some people have had solutions where you clear the cache, or you clear app cache, you clear system cache. Some people went as far as deleting Gboard and then reinstalling it and claiming that that was the fix that they had for it. But what I did is, the video yesterday, if people weren't having problems, I asked them about their haptic setting. What setting are you on for your haptics on the OnePlus 12? OnePlus 11, probably the same deal. And the majority of people didn't have the haptics low. If anything, they had it cranked all the way up. And you have several different options when you go into the system. So let's go in there. I have haptics pulled up. Here's what the deal was. So I had mine on gentle and all the way down to the kind of end here. And what I think is the case is that if you have it on gentle, the haptics are kind of lazy. They're a little slow. And if you have it whether it's a reverb of whatever, I don't know what it is, but it seems to be a little slow. So the system, by the time you go ahead and press again, it's not done with the old haptic for the last key press. That's what I think was happening, because I turned, a bunch of people said 75 to 100% and crisp. So I went 75 roughly, and then on crisp, and it has been a better experience. So I think the haptics were just a little slow at the lower gentle settings. So if you want that faster experience with animations on, go ahead and do that. And if you've been having issues with your typing on your OnePlus 12, or you've noticed kind of just a little slower behavior than you'd like, then go ahead and do that. And I think that's going to fix at least part of the problem. There's still other things with Oxygen OS. I don't like how the power management is very aggressive. RAM management can be back and forth. Always on display, I don't like how they handle it and how the screen lights up sometimes. The fingerprint sensor is not as smooth as it is. There's plenty of things that you don't like. But the takeaway should be this. And this is what everybody ignored about the video yesterday. This is an excellent phone. OnePlus, for all their problems with the software that I've had, has done an excellent job finding its soul again with the hardware. They kind of lost their way a little bit with the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 10, trying to go after Samsung, trying to go blow for blow with Samsung, not only in feature, but also in price. That was never going to work. They were never going to have that. They don't have the carrier support. They don't have, you can't, with the exception of T-Mobile, you really can't do financing and stuff like that. It was going to be a very tough sell for OnePlus to go ahead and charge $1,100 for their smartphones and have any success. Thankfully, and I think the inflection point was actually the OnePlus T, or 10T, where they got kind of back to that just raw performance, power, excellent display, all that stuff that they were known for in the past at I think it was like a $500 or $600 price tag. And a bunch of people had that device. I wasn't one of them. A bunch of people had it. I did use it in store for a little bit. Really nice device, though. And that was kind of off the heels of the OnePlus 10, really expensive phone. And they kind of said, okay, this is where we should be. We should get back to what we used to do when it comes to smartphones. And that's what they've done with the OnePlus 11, and now refining that further with the OnePlus 12. And I love the OnePlus fans coming in, oh, we didn't need wireless charging. Wired charging is plenty fine. But you know how many comments I got on the OnePlus 11 videos? You know, the receipts are there. You could go back and look. There are thousands of people saying, oh, I would buy this if it had wireless charge. I need wireless charge. I got wireless charge everywhere. So I understand it might not be an important feature for you, but for a lot of people who didn't buy a OnePlus 11 because of that, it was an important feature. So they took care of that. I like a company that says, you know what? This is something we can include. It's not going to cost us that much money. We could put a really super fast 50-watt wireless charger in the back of this phone and take care of a complaint and just check one off. I like that OnePlus is at least listening. I like that OnePlus recognized the error of their ways with the OnePlus 10 and said, you know what? We can go back to something like this and give the fans what they want. The cameras are another one. I appreciate that OnePlus is working on the cameras. They are better. They are no doubt better than they used to be. Probably the best they've ever been. If you go back and look at a OnePlus 8, the photos taken from that and then the photos taken from this thing, it's night and day. It does take good photos. It doesn't take as good of photos as a Pixel 8 Pro for roughly the same price. That's all we're saying. If you're a shutterbug, get a Pixel. If you're a gamer, raw performance, all the rest of it, get yourself a OnePlus 12. There are various reasons why you'd get different phones. That's why it's important to call out weaknesses of phones and strengths of others so you can make an informed decision. That's what we're looking to do here. So that's why I don't think you should cancel your pre-order on your OnePlus 12, but at the same time, you shouldn't be jumping up and down from the rafters saying it's the greatest thing ever. It's really good. It's an excellent option at $800. It still lacks some of the refinements of the more expensive devices, but you're not paying that money. So it depends on what matters to you the most. Is it saving money, still getting the performance, getting a really nice build, premium, good enough camera, or do you want all those extras? In my mind, better software, better camera, few other things, longer support on the Samsung device. That's what you're measuring. And is that worth $500 extra to you? If it's not, here's your phone. If it is, you're going to look elsewhere. That's all. So I appreciate the excitement from OnePlus fans, but understand this is a more complicated discussion. This is really good for $800. They offer a lot, but it's not the only phone out there, and there are other things to consider when you're talking about the OnePlus 12. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.